Economic Development Commission. Anybody second?
Second.
Okay, so we can take a roll call as to who's attending. Start with Sean.
Sean Copeland, attending.
Let me mute myself.
Dottie Durst attending.
Stephanie Anthony attending.
And Tina.
And Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
We can see her at least.
if the next item, then I guess we move along into that, right, Dottie?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so the discussion on COVID-19 impact on local businesses and what the ECD can do to provide assistance, support, and guidance. Positioning for new ventures, entrepreneurial innovation from inside and outside our community. So anybody like to share their thoughts? Dottie, you had a great email about the Thompson website, which I have not had a chance to look at myself, but I look forward to all that. Every time I go into any other town website, I'm always looking to see what they're doing. And so having something so close to us is really great.
I think we get good ideas from all of the surrounding towns. So yeah, check out Thompson, but check out the other ones around as well.
The only thing is, my thought on that is, I think I mentioned in the email, is that getting a web page set up can take time, as you know, as we've been through with our own town website. But do you think there's any way to navigate that quickly, or what's your ideas?
Stuart, I'm more in the, somebody's gonna have to be the squeaky wheel. And if the Economic Development Commission gets loud, gets insistent, you know, pounds the table, takes off its shoe, what is that, Gorbachev? Pounds the table with his shoe. The one who makes the noise is the one who's gonna get the attention. And the only way we can help our community in terms of economic development is through the municipal channels that we have available to us. And the website is number one.
Who would that be? Who would that person be that would likely, do we go to Judy on that, or?
I think probably the thing to do is to go to the selectmen, make noise, be insistent, get an article in the newspaper saying the selectmen are working with the Economic Development Commission to promote our current business and to encourage new people to look at settling their businesses in town. So, you know, start at the top.
Dottie, do you know who actually updates the website?
I don't know if anybody is, and Crystal isn't here right now. She went away.
Can I respond?
Sure.
Right now, we're in the middle of redoing our website. So that's part of the problem. We basically have one person that is putting things on the website. And I know Crystal is training Anthony on, you know, hosting the meetings. I'm not sure if he's being trained on doing the website, but I have mentioned my concern that we need to have more people that can go on there and update things, because it takes forever for things to be updated. And I think they're really trying to be more proactive, but it's something that needs to be done, especially now that things are going to be more online.
Mhm.
Really got to be looked at.
Fair enough.
So I think a letter from the Economic Development just stating the importance to the Board of Selectmen would be very good to do.
So
Allow more people.
if we write a letter to the Board of Selectmen, then just asking for increased assistance.
Yes, and allowing other people to be able to manage the website and updating it. If they don't have the manpower to to do it well, I mean, maybe they need to look at allowing other people in.
Other groups in Woodstock have done that, not boards or commissions necessarily, but other organizations on their websites have created a team that can authorize stuff to go on to the website. And I think in the past I heard that the EDC wanted to set up a Facebook page, which was a Facebook Live, as I recall. But the same thing there, Facebook can be utilized by the EDC to promote our current businesses. And again, who would do that? Who's empowered to post, and what are the parameters for that? A second way of letting the community know what's going on is that way. And so I see Tina is waving. Hi, Tina.
Hi. So I wanted to tell you, we have had an economic development page, and I manage it, and I do post things on there. Anything relevant to
Great.
Woodstock businesses, I put on there. And I also I put tonight's agenda on there.
Right.
I'm starting to really make sure that it gets out there. I want people to come on, and I want people to get active, because we're really going to need it. With everything going on right now, we're really going to have to work hard. So I think using Facebook is a great idea, and I certainly am very much part of that. And you know, if you guys want to be managers on there and also be able to post, I can add you.
But no, if you're handling them, I'm perfectly happy with that. You do a great job with whatever you take on. We all know that.
Thank you.
Anthony, is that you there that I see muted?
Yeah, so I'm here.
And so as a result, listening to this conversation, is the hint correct that this might be something you will be taking on in the future, the website?
Yeah, so I currently update the website for my rec commission page and also our rec page.
Mhm.
And then Crystal has had me kind of take over managing the hosting for these Zoom meetings as well.
Good. All right. So then, Stuart, to go to your question, you already wrote a great letter to the Board of Selectmen months ago asking for assistance getting the website updated. I remember it very well. You did a nice job of that. And it's time to come back to them and say, in the current economic climate, we need our opportunity to promote our current business community. And here are the 3 things we want to do to improve the website. Please authorize someone in the town hall to do these, or someone of your choice. You know, but again, I'm kind of to the point now of being all nicey nice and writing long, very polite letters. I'm kind of getting past that.
Andrew,
No, I think what you say about the squeaky wheel is absolutely true, and we just got sidetracked with this COVID thing.
Oh yeah.
Stuart, why don't we put list
When
up
I-
provided?
It's true. When I sent that letter in, I expected some kind of reply, and I think I did get something, but it was fairly obtuse, and you know, well, we're working on it, kind of thing, and so I'll follow up with that letter. I don't know what else. Rather than stopping in the meet and trying to talk to Jay, perhaps.
It's an idea. I don't know what he does about office hours. I'm not sure how they're handling that at the town hall right now. But you can always meet in the parking lot, you know, socially distanced and with masks, and make your case. I don't
Right.
think I should be pushing you to do those things. You know, it's not me to tell you, that's for sure.
No, it's good to have an open forum.
Stuart, I'm noticing on my computer page, my computer screen, that we have another person signed in who is muted, and the only identification I see is Buell. I'm wondering who that person is and wanted to say hi.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Maybe the person can use the chat button and just say hi and let us know who that person is.
Is there a Mr. or Mrs. Buell in attendance?
Hi, it's Emily from
Hi,
Bud.
Emily.
Emily, how are you?
We're making ice cream, so we've kind of just got you in the background as we're working around, just trying to keep up to date and see what's going on.
Are you open yet?
Yeah, we're open.
All right. Thank you for the news, because you know what's going to happen now.
Yeah, it's already, we're there.
There.
We're there. So that's
Everybody
it.
remember-
We're here just making ice cream, but like I said, just listening in and seeing what's happening.
We're glad to hear your voice, Emily.
Thank you. I got banana splits now, so I'll just keep listening. Thank you.
Well, I think the agenda item was we need to go through and talk about what COVID-19's impact on what local businesses are. I can talk from my standpoint is I think a lot of businesses are doing very well. I think a lot of businesses are struggling. That's completely it's completely due to what's considered essential and not essential on the state's list right now. I mean, really that's really the standpoint of it. You know, the PPP loans, the second round of funding came out, and I know a lot of the businesses that I know were trying to get it were able to, but there's still quite a few that weren't able to. And one of the biggest things that I've found, even navigating the process myself, was figuring out how to do it and even how to repay it. You know, the Chamber of Commerce, give them a lot of credit. They've sent out a lot of information on how to navigate that process. You know, you kind of had to stay away from local banks because they were so inundated and they just weren't prepped for it. And it's crazy right now. Even the local banks are so far behind on regular loans because of the PPP, construction loans, and everything, because people are spending money on their own houses right now. So it's a mix for COVID. You know, it's very bad for some people, but it's also a boom for others. So it's the ice cream right now. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be doing very well. But it's hard to say exactly how it may have affected Woodstock. I think that we probably are one of the best affected because we're so isolated. And we have a lot of outdoor business already. We have a lot of space. We're not a city. So I think that we may not have been impacted as much as some of our neighbors.
I think like the farm to table, the agricultural businesses did very well. You know, lots of people were stopping in, buying their fresh meats, and, you know, it's the little retail operations that we had, you know, the Scranton shops and Coco's, and, you know, they got hit. But, you know, we don't have a ton of business here. But as I've heard, you know, Bucks is doing very well over there. Lots of people going in, and don't take their ice cream away. That's it. So.
Well, I think that Sean made an interesting point that we're going to see an upward trajectory for people out of town, people from the city looking for attractive rural environments, and that's what it would be good for us. That's part of that word positioning, that is positioning for new business ventures. Not only business, but we're going to see an uptick in tourism, I'm pretty sure.
Even over the weekend, or, you know, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I live in West Woodstock, a lot of traffic with a vehicle with 2 kayaks on the roof.
Yeah.
A lot. So the lakes, and in order to get to Bigelow from here, Bigelow Hollow from here, it's Route 171, cars head in that direction, but also cars were headed to Aquatic and the other big ponds like Black Pond. So people they're getting out of the cities, they're coming into the country, looking to be outdoor in the fresh air. And so how can we promote our local businesses, given that some of this traffic is coming right through town on the state roads?
Yep.
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. It's like I saw on the South Woodstock Common 2 big posters, I think maybe Memorial Day and something, with big canceled diagonal slash across them. But at least those, even though they're not ideal, those 2 bulletin boards or poster sites on the South Woodstock Common could perhaps be used to say, turn north for Sweet Evelina's for food and beverage, or turn south to South Woodstock for the locations of what's in I don't know the name, where the Sherwood's Plaza, I call it, even though Sherwood's isn't there. But there's bakery and there's other things we could direct people to. Perhaps I'm kind of just looking for an idea of how to utilize the fact that we have those two signs and we have out of town traffic.
One thought that comes to mind, Dottie, is
Like a town directory of sorts.
is a boutique travel agent, or it's not the right word. Concierge is what comes to mind. And when you have somebody that's let's say people in the city, they're looking for weekend adventures. Where can we go just to get away from the city, especially now? This is an ideal kind of a location as an escape, not too far away, but when they're here, they are totally removed. So that being the concept, the instrument is a concierge approach, where that would be either in realty or in a travel agency that caters specifically to that clientele. And in business association, there's a couple of people that are really responsive and have geared their ventures towards that. Like I forget the name, so they, the small car, the classic small car rental,
Yep.
bed and breakfast, and setting them up with like the vineyards, the local vineyards, and now with the brewery in town, and anything else that's unique and going to make for an interesting weekend. It's a destination, really. So how can we accommodate
You
that?
guys ever seen those
It's really
maps?
it's really more than just the signs, but it's like, do we want a volume of traffic or do we want a quality of traffic?
Well, we want traffic to do more than just drive through in order to get to Bigelow Hollow to go kayaking. So I'm wondering, though, who knows anything about whether every single letter to the Villager appears in the Massachusetts editions? Anybody happen to know that?
Well, Stonebridge Press covers, I think they cover one of the Woodstock papers. Maybe it's the Villager.
Yes,
But
it
they
is
have-
the Villager, right?
Okay, so they have a lot of papers up in southeastern Mass.
Right. So I'm wondering if the EDC put a either, let's just start with the idea of a letter to the editor saying, put your family in the car, get your outdoor gear, so bicycle, hike, or kayak, and come on down to northeastern Connecticut. In Woodstock, here are the 5 businesses that you might feel it'd be great to stop and visit. So you got the Woodstock Country Store, you got Evelina's, you've got the plaza where the bakery is, Soleil, whatever else we can think of that travelers could take advantage of, and see if we can plant the idea in the Massachusetts editions of the Village of Stonebridge Press to come on down to northeastern Connecticut, enjoy Woodstock, go to our restaurants and get outside, and don't forget to have ice cream at Bucks too.
Yeah, we could do that in Rhode Island too.
I don't know that the Villager covers Rhode Island, but if there's Rhode Island newspapers so I'm just looking at the letter to the editor because they're free. I don't know that we have a budget to start with paid ads, but I'd love to do that.
I mean, you could do the same thing on our Facebook super easily. I mean, that's
Yeah,
That
so
sounds-
maybe,
Tina.
yeah, just maybe choosing, like Dottie said, 5 different businesses to showcase, and writing something up to try to attract people to come here after this whole COVID thing, maybe lightens up a
Oh,
little
what
bit.
if on Facebook, can you hear me, Tina?
I can hear you now. Yep.
Okay. So what if like on Facebook, on our page, we do like a spotlight on business every week and have a new business in town that we spotlight, highlight what they offer, how to get there, so on and so forth.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yep. Good idea.
So there's a
Because something we could also do, if we
the
wanted to
difference
put
between
something,
appealing to Woodstock residents to patronize Woodstock businesses. Because
We-
again, if we're doing that, we're talking about contractors. If we need a contractor, we want to tag onto our local Woodstock contractors. And a lot of people go to Lowe's, it's nuts in there. A lot of people are doing home improvement projects themselves or through local contractors. So we could highlight the fact that you can get those nice little improvements done to your property during even this time. Contractors are willing to obey all the social distancing rules and add a deck to your house or convert the garage to a granny flat or whatever it might be. We could promote our contractors. That's to Woodstock people though. But for people traveling through, they have no interest in our contractors. They're interested in what tourists or travelers need. So that's a snack, a beverage, a sandwich, maybe something to read, maybe something just for the fun of it, keep the kids occupied. So there's
Right.
different markets depending on
That's a
the group.
good point, Dottie. So we could follow up on a more general approach like Stephanie is suggesting, where we do highlight somebody per week. But right now, I think that we're in, prime tourist season. So we could begin with those businesses that are focused on that, on the tourism.
We sure don't want to exclude the rest because the other businesses are just as important to us. They provide employment in our tax base. The other businesses are very important also, but just for the tourist or the traveler from, they don't come from all that far. And, but they're coming to enjoy hiking and walking and bicycling and kayaking. And we should be able to direct some of them into our local businesses that would serve their particular needs. And I'm not sure, as I say, letter to the editor, if the Villager prints Connecticut letters to the editor in the Massachusetts version, versions, there's a Southbridge one, a Dudley one, whatever, then that would work.
Yep. When I was out over the weekend, I was out in Putnam. 75% of the cars that were in the parking lot were from Massachusetts.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause-
it really was amazing. So many people came down from Mass. I think I thought that was interesting. But
Yeah.
if I don't mind doing that on the Facebook page. And if you guys want to, kind of direct me to the business that you want to highlight, that would be great. And just to give you an update, we have, I haven't been inviting a lot of people. I try to stick to the Woodstock people, but so far we have 279 followers on our Facebook page. So I think we should try to increase that. And when we put something out there, if everyone shares it, it gets out to that many more people. So I'll do a big push on trying to get more people to friend the page. See what we could do on that.
also, what about if we put, like, as far as tourism is concerned, what if we put together some sort of map highlighting the types of businesses that would cater to people coming into town? Like a map with, okay, here's Sweet Evelina's, and here is Roseland Park Golf, and here is Buck's Ice Cream, and stuff like that, and places to stay. There's, did you say there's B&Bs and so forth? So if we did something like that, and we could leave them at businesses like Coco's Cottage, that's another thing that we could put on there, like different restaurants and retail shops and stuff like that people from town are attracted. And then we could leave those maps at these local businesses to encourage, people that are in town visiting to visit other places while they're in town that may not be visible on like the normal route.
That's a really important idea, Stephanie. And the Business Association already has put out, I'm going to call it a pamphlet, which is very, very nice, very professional, beautifully done with a map. But I'm not sure where it's being distributed right now. And I
Correct.
also
Yeah.
don't know if it's up to the minute because I don't know who bought.
Oh, no, that's been, I'll just interject. That was recently completed within 6 months.
It was
And
updated.
It's
I've got
updated every year.
I've got 100 of them in my back seat.
Well, let's get them out.
But what if we put those out at like the businesses, like put it out at Bucks? I mean, right now everyone's in their car, but like at Sweet Evelina's, there's, you know,
Yeah.
spot
They are
there,
everywhere.
and
They're
Coco's, she would allow us to do that.
Uh,
There are other places.
I think that's a really super idea. I don't know the name of the couple that bought the rusty relic or whatever. I forgot the exact name of
The
it.
Beausoleils, Jamie.
Oh, Beausoleil. That's right.
Beausoleil, yeah, they're gonna be,
Yep. And I don't know if their name shows in the document, Tina, that you just showed us, but the business was in there. So people who are in the area and want to do something fun like that, assuming that, you know, I'm assuming that they're open at this time now as retailers are trying to open.
yes.
So Stephanie, to go to your point, it's really important document to have, but I think the Business Association has got a really good professional looking document out there.
Mhm.
And it's
I
kind of
haven't seen
figure
it.
out how to
Yeah, I have
if we
them
had a red light and every vehicle's had to
Oh,
stop, we could go up to the window and hand one to every person on a Massachusetts car right through the window. I've had that happen to me in Maine, but we can't do that. So cross that one off. It's the people from out of town who have no access to that document that we
Oh,
need to
nice.
get to them.
well, what about, like you said, we have that town, the sign in the middle of the green in town.
Right.
And what if, you know, we put a sign up there saying, you know, take one tourist, stop here, take a local tourist map, and we have some sort of little plastic covered, you know, weatherproof kind of holder there so people can come and grab one.
Good idea.
I can't, I find.
You know, kind of like at rest stops, or not rest stops, but like, you know, tourist stop on the highway where they have like all the brochures for all the different things in that area of the state or whatever. Or like the visitor centers, that's what it is.
I can tell you that sitting in on a couple of the business association meetings, this was a constant discussion point, topic for discussion, and I don't know how they've resolved that, but I know that it's been something that's been on their agenda quite consistently. So that brings up another point I want to talk about or bring up is how we can synchronize our efforts with the business association. What do you think about that, Tina?
Yeah, I think that's really important, which is kind of the reason I thought it was a great idea to have the meetings before have it on the same night of
Yeah.
of our business association meeting, so that if we don't go a full hour, we can join the business association and join in on their meeting. I think it's crucial for the committees to come together and work together, but we really haven't had that opportunity, being just getting up and running and then the COVID thing happening. So
How can we coordinate schedules? I mean, is that doable?
well, we meet on the same night. Normally they would be here at the town hall at the same time if we
They're
were
having a
meeting
meeting right. They're
upstairs.
having a meeting right now, though. While we're
I didn't get an agenda. I'm not sure that they're having one tonight.
yeah.
Did you?
I got an email today. They're having one.
Oh, I missed that. So it's at the same time. I mean, under normal circumstances, we could, probably work it out where we could have our meeting at 6:30, let's say, and go to theirs at 6, or have it earlier. I mean, it's hard for me. You guys can do whatever you want. I don't have to be throughout the whole meeting because I have wetlands at 7. So you guys could coordinate it any way that works.
Tina, is Linda Ogier still the president of the Business Association?
Yes.
So maybe, and previously, Stuart, you reached out. I think you sent a memo asking if we can coordinate, and I think Linda's response came back several months ago. Now, I think her response came back though, that said, sure, guys, here's where we're going to be on Monday nights, the first Monday of the month. You are very welcome to join us. So that reiterates what Tina is saying, is if we could find a way to first let Linda know in advance that some person or people from the EDC would be stepping into the Business Association meeting, but we can't dominate their meeting.
No, no,
You know, they have to be out of that room at 7 because somebody else is coming in. So,
exactly.
but anyway, you could reach out again and ask if there's a particular Zoom meeting that we could participate in with a particular question or statement that the EDC wants to make, and rather than just like a roundtable discussion. I don't think there's time for that.
Yeah. What do you think, Dottie, about having another session informally with roundtable type discussion? I know they do that in Griswold.
I think that's not a bad idea. And the more people you invite, the more good brainstorming will take place. I'm looking at phone number 5073 at the bottom of my screen, and I want to say hi to whoever that is.
Is that Victor?
It's
Oh, is that me? I'm
It's
here, yeah.
Are you 5073?
Yes.
Hey, Victor.
Victor,
I was
Say
listening.
hi.
Yeah, Liz, what's up, bud?
long time no see.
I know.
What an organization I belong to, aside from not a town affiliated organization, is one of the members has property, and she offered to have I'm going to call it a social on her land, with everybody bringing a lawn chair and his own snack, own beverage. But then we could have a circle, a round table discussion, even though there's no table, and we're all 6 feet apart. So I think there's strategies, Stuart, to go to your point, that we could use to find some ideas, do some brainstorming. I think that's what you're suggesting here, and I think that would be meritorious.
I do, because I think that we come up against the time constraints and the scheduling, and not being able to coordinate that just hamstrings us.
Right.
So I know that the Business Association does their meet and greet 2 times a year. I don't know how that's going to work now with the social distancing aspect, but that's on, if we can meet outside somewhere with the lawn chairs, that'd be great.
Well, I think
I would like that.
good. I saw the other day driving past Roseland that there were cars there. So maybe Roseland Park is an option. They do have a, what do you call it? Canopy or cabana or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Gazebo. So maybe there's a place where we could meet and still, remain distanced from each other, still hear each other, and do some significant brainstorming and invite as many people from all parts of Woodstock, boards and commissions, organizations.
The other place that comes to mind is the Historical Society, the meeting room that they have.
The auditorium.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wonderful space, but it is an indoor space.
But it would still give us the space, though.
But we could seat three seats apart or whatever it would take to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but wearing masks is tough.
I find it tough, and my husband his hearing is not as good as it used to be when he was younger. So you take the outdoor environment, so you have wind or road noise, and then the mask, and people who weren't that good of hearing anyway, and it just doesn't work for a lot of people. But then
Right.
others it does.
So yeah, Roseland Park then. There's plenty of places outside, I guess.
even
would be
Sweet
good.
Evelina's, they have this tables outside. They have a nice canopy. plenty
Tina,
of
where
room.
did you say?
At Sweet Evelina's,
Oh, yes, they do. That's right. Yep, they do.
seating area there.
Oh, let's do that one. I like that one better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet Ev.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there's food and beverage there if you want to grab something and bring
Do
out.
they have something like that?
Do they have
Do they
what?
have anything covered over at Roseland, like next to, is it still Roseland Park next to the baseball fields over on Roseland
Yeah.
Park
They-
Road?
Yeah, there's a gazebo there.
Do they,
Your
I
sound
don't know
is
how
terrible,
big it is.
Stephanie. Your sound is really terrible.
I don't know why. Is it cutting out or?
Yeah, it's just making noise like there's feedback or something.
It means that maybe there's two devices on. Do you have a,
No,
maybe
but
like, is your,
with 3 teenagers, I can assure you my Wi-Fi is weak right now because they're all in their rooms. They're not allowed to say anything right now.
Right. So yeah, I'm open to that. I mean, I'm open to adjusting the times on this meeting too, so that we can be more active in the business association instead of, yeah, you know, I haven't been able to attend their meetings, which
yeah,
I went to all of their meetings, but it's, you know, tough having things at the same time. And,
Are they still meeting right now?
you're right now, yeah.
yep.
Do they do like the monthly kind of meeting, like the Putnam
Correct.
Business Association does? Like they do
Yes.
like the networking hour or whatever?
Correct.
Yeah, and it's 6 o'clock on first Monday of the month. So,
Oh, the same time as us. Gotcha.
so I'm open to making an adjustment on that.
Yeah.
Once we get back.
What do we, what should we do? Should we consider making, changing our time or what?
Can we do the second Monday of the month or the first Tuesday of the month or?
Yeah, well, the thing is, we've already filed our meeting dates for the rest of this year. So if we make the change,
Oh.
it would be starting in the new year in January, unless we can hold special meetings. We just have to keep to the agenda. We can't add anything as we go along. But if you want to have a special meeting instead of the regular, I think that would be fine. Just pick
Would
a
that-
different.
Would that mean that the roundtables would have to be considered a special meeting, Tina?
Well, I think they would if you want to hold them as a regular meeting, or you could have like subcommittee. Dottie, are you there?
Yeah.
Because we could hold that as a subcommittee, right? The round table.
Yes, you can. And Stuart is also correct. You can call it a special meeting on it's a different time, different day, or different place. So since place doesn't apply, sure, that would work. Just call it a special meeting or call it a subcommittee. The committee of the whole, though. It's a committee of the whole.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just, we'll put that on the agenda. And I think what I'll do is reach out to Linda and ask her if they would be interested in doing that. And again, just to reiterate that it would be informal, more of a social gathering, just so that we could, I think, take advantage of the brainstorming resources that all of us could provide. And I think that's really, right now, before we start implementing, we have to have a roadmap of where we want to see ourselves in a year.
I support that, Stuart. And also, I think it's really important to know what the business association itself is currently doing and is planning for the future that we don't even know. Because
Exactly.
we want to start on a path thinking we're doing the right thing, only to find out they've already got it underway.
We don't need, we don't need redundancies here.
No, and the amount of energy among the people on the Economic Development Commission needs to be directed in the way that will give us the most gain. And
Yeah.
whatever that we decide, the business community should know what we're going to do, and ideally we'll have an idea some of the things they're considering. It's like, I really miss the shop hop. I don't know if that, it's going to come back. I don't know if it what, but that was really a cool thing. And hopefully something like the shop hop will take place again. And Same thing with artists in the country. That's a different part of our business community. It's a really fun day, and so we need to find out who's doing what as well as what the EDC itself can do. But we're kind of a municipal function, so the things we have to do are not the same as what a business association is free to do.
Okay, that's an important distinction.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, that brings us back to the first point. But yet, I mean, of what you made earlier tonight about what we can provide as a resource for the community. But I'm attracted to the creative aspect of how we can implement that. And so that's where I think we can engage with the roundtables. You know, and like Stephanie brings up the drive-through thing, you know, if we have a, you know, that's a technical issue. Well, what sort of thing would be able to distribute the pamphlets? Because that pamphlet distribution was an issue with the business association. But, you know, getting the message out there, whether it's to a concierge or to the general, you know, boating population that wants to go kayaking, you know, that's, you know, whether it's through the newspaper or Facebook. I'm thinking Facebook is the way to go, but both are
Most cost effective.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and what
So,
about your mission statement? We still have to really, things are changing, I think, with everything going on. And
I think we've got the mission statement, right, Dottie?
Yes, I think we agreed upon it. It was done last meeting.
That's one thing. That's one thing we have accomplished.
Yes, we have.
So that needs to go on the website, and that needs to go on the Facebook page, because I don't think we have the right one listed. So did I miss something? If you could send me a copy of what you came up with.
It was a couple of months. It was before the COVID thing. It was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So your final draft, if you could email that to me, or your final voted on version, then I'll get that put in the right places for you.
That'll be fine. I'll be happy to do that.
Okay,
Great.
thanks.
And that was just my extra 2 cents for the vision statement. So I should be following up on that. I will endeavor to persevere.
That's what we're all trying to do. Everybody's trying to persevere in today's world.
Yeah, we don't really know what the fallout is going to be with everything.
No.
But we need to be supportive of our businesses, I think. And you know what, we have, like Dottie mentioned, Rusty Relic is going to be applying for a special permit for a different location in Woodstock, which would be moving their current business to a larger place. So that's kind of exciting. They had a preliminary discussion at the last planning and zoning meeting to go over that. I haven't heard much from Mike Webster. I think he's kind of on the back burner right now. He came to some of our meetings regarding the possible brewery, but that's kind of on the back burner right now. So Sherwood's.
Is that due to COVID?
Well, what happened, there was a buyer there, and I guess he backed out. And so they're still looking to sell to someone. I'm not quite sure if they're going to reopen right now. They're looking for someone to come in and purchase, ready to go. It's all set, ready to go. But the current owner, you know, doesn't want to be handling it any longer. So that's he's kind of kept it a little bit quiet, but you know, in the same respect, he needs to find a good person to purchase it and get going. It's a good spot, really good spot. What else on businesses? The bank building's still vacant. You know, we're just trying to brainstorm some, you know, maybe a couple of different offices in there in that bank building. Still having trouble finding the right tenant for that place.
I was so hoping when I saw the sign was down that that meant some exciting news, but no, huh?
Yeah, no, because, our CR Premier was going to move, some office space in there. We were going to have like a little training area, and then this
Okay.
COVID thing happened, and,
Yep.
Tina, I have an idea, just as a digression, but what about a co-work facility?
yeah, I think that's a great idea. You ready to start it?
Yeah, I'll design it.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, that would be good.
Because I think that, I actually have somebody asking me today, they have very weak Wi-Fi and they want someone to come visit, but they won't come visit unless they have Wi-Fi. So they're asking if I knew of anybody with office space
Wow.
to rent.
Yep.
But I think, for people out here, there may be, especially that might tie into the tourism thing. If somebody doesn't feel so isolated, they could go and put in a few hours of work somewhere.
Right. I think Victor would take
That's a good
someone
idea.
on office space. Victor.
Oh,
he's-
there's one right across the street from me.
Yeah, we got the office right in North Woodstock.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I have. Just a little
The
update.
Wi-Fi's no good in here.
No, I know. We don't get to see your face. But as far as, businesses, I think everything kind of slowed down a little bit here with the town hall being semi-open and the public not coming in. I mean, plenty of permits being issued, lots of projects going on in town, and which is promising for the economy. People still putting up pools and decks and buildings and things like that. So that's good.
What's going on with the other plaza right next to Mac?
Oh,
To next it, you're talking about the house that was for sale, or are you talking about
No,
tractor?
that little plaza there.
where the Village Restaurant used to be, that one?
Yeah, where the building association just bought it or something.
Yeah,
Yep,
WBA bought it.
yep. They're renovating it. They're gonna have their office there. They're still gonna lease a couple of the offices out, but they're gonna
The
have their
restaurant is there and everything already set. Well, the restaurant was set up. I don't know if it's still set up.
I think the restaurant isn't continuing, if I understand it correctly.
Oh, it's not. They're closing.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Sherwood's?
No.
No,
Village
right
Lodge.
across, right
Villager?
Village. That's the one.
Yeah.
Village.
Well, it's right next to Mackey's, right south of Mackey's.
Oh,
What's that little plot right across from the not the gas not cross, but diagonal like.
Extra Mart?
the rustic root?
Yeah.
No. It's a little plaza. There's a
Oh,
stone
okay.
store in there. There's a restaurant in there.
The
I forget what else
Strand,
is in
the
there.
Strand Beauty Salon just moved upstairs over the package store,
Yep.
moved out of that plaza they're
Okay.
talking about. Stuart, I'm gonna have to be excused. I have another meeting at 7, so I'm gonna sign out.
So do I. Okay.
Yeah, we're all going to another meeting.
Okay, well, if it turns out there's anything else that happens in the next couple, 2 or 3 minutes, Tina, you send me an email, let me know. And in the meantime, I'll ask at the Villager if the letters to the editor sent from Woodstock do appear in the Massachusetts editions of the Stonebridge Press. And if they do, then I'll draft a letter and see if we can highlight businesses appealing to people driving into town for the getaway moment. And hopefully I can find all the businesses that would apply to and put something together.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Talk to you all later.
Okay.
Thanks, Patty.
Goodbye.
Hi.
So if there isn't any other business, we'll have to continue this next meeting. But so we've gone through 3 and 4. I'll take responsibility for the vision statement. Correspondence, is there any other correspondence?
None that I'm aware of.
Citizens' comments, we don't have any citizens, I don't think. So we can move to adjourn. Somebody makes
Let's
a motion.
do it. I'll move to adjourn.
Second?
There it is.
Okay,
All
so
in favor?
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, guys.
All right, cool.